Rick roughly snatched at my F-paper exam and laughed. "I'll stick it on our parents' door. You'll be grounded for the rest of this month. Ha 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 ha. Give it to me." I was chasing him when suddenly Dad came back and we bumped into him. He saw the exam and I was given a good scolding. Ugh! My brother is an idiot. Hi, I'm Mian, 15 years old, and the obnoxious guy just now is Rick, my stepbrother who just turned 18. Our relationship was rocky because he always teased me and pulled tricks on me, even though I didn't do anything to him. But what can I do? I have nowhere to run because we live in the same house. Although my family is not very well off, my parents are very protective of us. They forbade me to work part-time until I turned 18 and wanted me to focus on studying instead. But I need money to buy nice clothes. I decided to secretly work part-time at the cinema. Every day after school, I would work there for 3 to 4 hours. One day, while standing at the ticket counter, I panicked when I saw Rick holding hands with a strange girl. I guess she was his new girlfriend. I hurriedly covered my face and tried to hide, but the manager shouted my name. "Mian, get up. Why are you hiding?" Seeing me, Rick grinned amusedly. He approached the ticket counter and whispered, "Shh, you got guts, kid. What if our parents know about this?" "Please, Rick, don't tell them." But he just shrugged, turned to smile at his girlfriend as if he hadn't heard anything. A-hole. With his personality, he would definitely tell Mom and Dad. Surprisingly, during dinner that night, Rick remained silent. Why is he suddenly so kind? The next day, I saw him again at the cinema, but with another girl. It was Vent. I know her. She's an underclass in my school. Rick caressed her hand and smoothly said, "You're the first girl I've ever taken to the movies." How could he brazenly lie like that? I just wanted to run up to the girl and tell her that Rick was a jerk and best left alone. He walked over to the ticket counter and pretended he didn't know me. Seeing my shocked and annoyed expression, Rick whispered, "This is my dating spot with my girls. Keep it a secret if you don't want Mom and Dad to know about your part-time job." I was really upset, but there was nothing more I could do. At least Rick kept his side of the deal. One day when Mom discovered a movie theater staff uniform in my room, Rick even covered for me. "It's my friend's. She works at the cinema. We went to Mia's room to borrow a book earlier, so she must have forgotten it." Rick's keeping of his word made me force myself to ignore every time he went out with a new girl at the movie theater. Until one day, my bestie Nina happily told me that she had a new wonderful boyfriend. Really? Introduce me to him. I don't know. He's kind of shy, so he's not ready to meet my friends yet. Anyway, we're going to see a movie tonight. I'll come with him on your shift so you can see him. That night, Nina waved to me from afar while holding a young man's hand. Impossible! It's Rick! Seeing me, Rick sneaked a smile, signaling me to be quiet. Nina pointed at him happily and whispered to me, "That's him. He's so handsome, right?" Waiting for Rick to go to the bathroom, I stood outside and waited. When he came out, I dragged him to a corner, threatening, "Stay away from Nina. She's my best friend. You can date anyone but her." "I'm not doing anything to hurt her. She's happy to date me. Best to keep it a secret or you'll be the one who breaks her heart." After saying that, Rick laughed evilly and left. In the days that followed, I tried to come up with all sorts of excuses for Nina to break up with him. For instance, he's my dumb stepbrother. I know he's a good-for-nothing. His armpit stinks. He's dumb. His pants are always torn, etc. But my friend was still very stubborn and refused to believe me. It was annoying that I couldn't just tell her the truth because Rick was keeping my secret too. One day, when I went to Nina's apartment to do group homework, I saw people hurriedly running to the roof of her apartment building. Something seemed wrong. At that moment, I received a phone call from Nina. She cried a lot. "Goodbye, Mian. I'm leaving this world." "What? No! Where are you? I'll be right there." I rushed up with the flow of people and saw Nina standing on the railing. "Rick dumped me. I caught him dating an underclass girl. He even insulted me that I was an ugly girl with scarred legs." a strange girl suddenly rushed over. Get down, Nina. Don't do anything foolish. Oh boy, that's the first girl I saw on a date with Rick at the theater. Turns out it was Nina's sister, San. It was too much. He was dating two sisters at the same time? I showed Rick's picture to her and said, "Is this guy your boyfriend?" "Yes. How do you know?" I said loudly to Nina, "Come on down, Nina. I'll go with you to punish this bastard." After listening to me explaining everything, San and Nina were extremely enraged. "Take me to him. I'll crush his bones. He just messed with a boxer." "Wait, we'll teach him a lesson together." We went to Vent's class, the underclass girl Rick was dating who was also his second girlfriend. I told her everything, and together we made a plan to punish the mega jerk. That night, I hid in the backseat of Vent's car as she went to pick up Rick as usual. Once he was in the car, Vent blindfolded Rick and said flirtatiously, "Sit tight, I have a surprise for you tonight." Rick was excited and obediently followed. Using that moment, I tied him tightly to the chair. Rick exclaimed in panic, "Why are you tying me up? I'm not into that." But it was too late. He was tied and unable to move. We drove to an empty lot where Nina and San were already waiting. When the blindfold was removed, Rick was extremely alarmed when he saw his three girlfriends standing in front of his eyes. As soon as he saw me, Rick threatened, We agreed to keep each other's secrets. I'll tell our parents about your part-time job." I smiled. "No need. I'll tell them myself tonight. I can't stand to watch you hurt my best friend like that. It's time for you to learn your lesson." The three girls surrounded Rick, and what happened after that? Well, I'll leave it to your imagination. I hope he has learned a lesson for himself about playing with other people's hearts.
Everyone in the amusement park was cheering after I narrowly saved the little girl from the accident. Then I saw a familiar face rushing to hug the child. Thank God you're here! It's Chris, my crush! Oh no, I can't let him see me in this weird outfit. I quickly covered my face and ran as fast as I could. So fast that I tripped and fell into the ball pit. Hi, I'm Kiva, 18 years old. That was my first time working as a superhero actress at the children's play area. Everything started the day Lena, my bestie, collapsed and hugged my leg. Please help me, Kev. If I'm absent from my shift at this festival, I'll be fired. But I can't cancel my first date with Ben. You know, it took me a year to flirt with him. I can't. The salary is 3 times that day. It's all yours if you replace me for just one day. Please, for the sake of our friendship over the past 5 years. After several hours of begging, I finally agreed to help Lena. The job seemed quite simple anyway. I just needed to wear a character's costume and stand at the amusement park taking pictures with the kids. That day, I reluctantly came to the park. The character I was assigned to cosplay was Wonder Woman. I looked smashing in this costume, actually. There were even a few admiring glances given my way when I stepped out onto the playground. Ha! I'm hot. I know. Just a moment after I appeared, children from everywhere started running towards me. They climbed on top of me and some even bit my calves to test the power of Wonder Woman. It was super chaotic. It was not until I fell down that the security interfered. To avoid repeating that situation, they used the fence to surround me and the kids could only watch me from afar. Suddenly in the distance, I saw an electric sightseeing car that lost its brakes running straight to me. The crowd panicked and scattered, but a little girl was freezing on the spot, too scared to move. With tremendous force, I jumped, stepped on the fence, rushed to the child, and lifted her out of the car's way just in the nick of time. Everyone cheered and clapped loudly. A child nearby even screamed, "Wow, she really is Wonder Woman!" I was too shy in the midst of everyone's cheers when suddenly a familiar person rushed to hug the child. It's Chris, my crush at school. Thank God you're here! Well, you know the rest. I quickly left the place. The next day, I came to my bestie's house to tell her that bizarre story. Lena complained so much when she found out I left in the middle of the shift. Have you lost your mind? You can get me fired! But Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. From the peephole, we were even more scared when we saw the manager of the amusement park. Lena shouted again, "I'm doomed! He came to fire me!" But surprisingly, he greeted Lena with a smile and handed her a gift bag with a bouquet of flowers.
I'm here to thank you for your spectacular bravery and saving the child. You're very famous now.
What do you mean? We opened my phone and were shocked to see that the video of me saving the child had gone viral. Fortunately, it was shot from a distance and was quite blurry, so my face couldn't be seen clearly. Maybe that's why he thought it was Lena, their original staff. To my astonishment, the manager continued.
The public is even searching for the whereabouts of that mysterious Wonder Woman. Our park has also attracted many more visitors thanks to that. We'll raise your salary. The kids really want to see Wonder Woman again.
After he left, Lena and I awkwardly looked at each other. She sighed. Kev, you better tell them that you played Wonder Woman yesterday. Before we could breathe, another unexpected guest came over. My God, it's Chris! He came with the child I saved. I panicked and asked Lena to greet him while I hid behind the wall. It turned out that he had asked for Lena's address from her manager. He beamed happily.
Thank you so much for saving my sister. You were so cool back then. I often take my sister there. She adores Wonder Woman.
The child shouted in response, "Yes, I want to meet her again!" His words made my heart skip a beat. That evening, Lena asked me to go back to the park and confess that I was Wonder Woman. However, when I arrived, the manager hurriedly handed me a ragged suit with a picture of Sadako in the ring and said,
Lena just called to tell me that you were going to replace her as Wonder Woman. I get it. Maybe she doesn't want the hassle of being overly popular. But we only need Wonder Woman for the weekends. Now we need a ghost inside the haunted house. Hurry up, change your clothes.
Oh, jeez. As the customers flooded inside the haunted house, I had no other choice but to comply. The darkness with creepy sounds was very scary. When my shift was finally over, I saw a dropped wallet. There was a picture of me in the Wonder Woman outfit with Chris's ID inside. This must be fate. I ran outside and saw him immediately. I raised his wallet while calling his name excitedly. Seeing me, Chris panicked and ran for his life. How weird. I chased him and forgot that I haven't changed out my Sadako costume yet. By the time I grabbed his shirt, he screamed in terror and passed out on the spot. We had to take him to an infirmary. What a shameful memory. Chris woke up and was still terrified after being chased by a ghost. I gave him the wallet and lied. That ghost was one of the park employees. She gave me the wallet to give back to you. Chris sadly said,
I came here to find Wonder Woman, but I can't find her anywhere. Now I get into this embarrassing situation.
Oh, right. She only shows up on weekends.
Really? Great. I have something important to tell her. I'll wait then.
Am I dreaming? My heart beat loudly at the thought of seeing him that weekend. I would be dressed as a beautiful Wonder Woman and not an ugly ghost anymore. When the day came, I took so much time to put on makeup that I was late for my shift. When I arrived, the festival had already begun. The manager angrily gave me the Sadako costume.
Why are you so late? We had to find someone else instead. You'll have to work at the haunted house again.
After I put it on, suddenly there was a noise in front of the amusement park. Everyone ran there excitedly. I curiously ran after them and froze when I saw Chris confessing to Wonder Woman, and inside the costume, it was Lena. On the stage, Lena looked down at me in bewilderment and waved her hand in refusal. Chris's sister burst into tears. No, please, I want Wonder Woman to be my brother's girlfriend. The crowd was cheering wildly while the girl cried and Chris eagerly waited for a nod. It was so chaotic. Under the pressure, Lena shyly accepted the bouquet from Chris as I ran away in tears. At the end of the shift, as I was leaving sullenly, I heard Lena call from behind. She was holding Chris's arm and pulling him to me. Seeing me in a ghost costume, he was startled and was about to run away. Lena kept him steady. Come on, man up! That's the person you need to confess to. She's the Wonder Woman that saved your sister. It turned out that Lena had explained everything to Chris. Because I arrived too late, the manager had called Lena and begged her to play Wonder Woman. I took off my costume and looked at Chris shyly. By this time, he had realized everything. Thanks to Lena's enthusiastic support, Chris and I are finally a couple. Every week, he brings his sister to the park and sees me in a superhero costume. They're now my die-hard fans.